Rahul Bat. My name is Dr. Gerald Richards, and I've been a follower of the Lamb, Dr. Malachi for the last 7 years. I was first introduced to his teachings in New Jersey, and ever since then, the doctrine has a profound change in my life. And now, without any further delay, I would like to introduce you to the man of this day and time, our Grand Master, Dr. Malachi Z. York.
I've been a Christian all my life. Just what is a Christian to you?
The first time Christianity was used as a word was in a place called Antioch. You know, that was 700 years after Jesus, as they call him today. As they call him. Antioch. There was no such. Jesus wouldn't know what a Christian was if he called him. He wouldn't even know the name Christos. You don't know, he would know you. And he's going to tell them. They're going to say, didn't we heal? Didn't we preach in your name? And Jesus is going to say, I never knew you. Get away from me, you workers of iniquity. What workers of iniquity? I'll tell you one, Jimmy Swagger. Couldn't you tell by his name that he was going to rob you? Then we got Jimmy Baker. Didn't you know he was going to Jimmy the door open? All these men stood up, had your grandparents putting their foot on the television, trying to get healed, and they were shouting. You know, they were phony. I didn't go down the list, or I didn't say, give me a Bible, and I was going the old way. You got a Bible, right? Give me a Bible. I hope I can see. You ready? I'm not, I ain't finding it. This is your Bible, King James Version. I don't need it, I can read it in Greek. But if I read it in Greek, you go, huh? They made sure of that. I'm going to straighten that out too. Here we go. Matthew 24. Holy Bible. By the way, King James Version. And by the way, King James was not a Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, Pentecostal, Baptist. He was an Anglican. You understand that? In England, the church was the Church of England called the Anglican. They didn't believe none of the stuff you believe. So please, Christians, stop saying the King James Version of the Bible is your Bible, because it's not. Go get your own Bible. Have your minister master the languages and translate the Bible like I did for my people. That's the real deal. Tell Farrakhan to write a translator out of the Quran for the Nation of Islam. Tell the Reverend up there in a church in Atlanta called the Black Madonna, good brother, good heart, translate the Bible for your followers if you for real. Go off somewhere like Christ did in private and spend hours like I did, thousands and thousands of hours translating the book so I can give you the book in the language. I took that New Testament and I translated it in 3 different languages for you. From the Syriac, the Aramaic, and the Greek. So nobody can lie. But they're all trying to figure out the book of Revelation. Now I always say if you knew the language, but old Reverend Jimmy Swagger can't get up without the language and explain it, because you don't know what he's talking about. Because you don't know what it was saying in the original language. Okay. And Jesus went out, and this is Matthew 24, verse 1, by the way, not verse 30. I did jump around in confusion. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. I could go on, say temple, Hakaz, not synagogue, but I'll leave it. And his disciples came to him. They weren't with him. Right? For to show him the building of the temple. Jesus was obviously in a temple teaching. And as he left that temple, his disciples came to him to show him the temple. Sorry, again. Jesus was in the temple. I'll read it again. It's Matthew 24, verse 1. He was in the temple with me. And as he walked out the temple, his disciples came to him to show him the temple. But he just walked out. See, they intended to confuse you with the first verse. He is the temple. That's right. All right? He said, Verse 2. And Jesus said unto them, these are red letters, of course. You know, Jesus talking red. See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. The temple they're talking about is the temple in Jerusalem. Correct? That is what it is if you do any research. The Jews are in Jerusalem right now at one of the walls of the temple. Praying. Right now. They stand there at the Wailing Wall, the western wall of the Temple of Solomon, and they rock and rock, you've seen it, and they pray at that wall. You with me? Yeah. Did Jesus make a mistake? Because some of the stones are still standing. It said here, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Yet the whole western wall still stands. And we are 2,000 years away. Did he make a mistake? Did he make a false prophecy? Is it an error? Simple question, simple answer. Yes, it's a mistake. I don't like me, I'm sorry. Let's go on to verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, that's how you know the temple of Jerusalem, but the Mount of Olives is right off to it. The disciples came unto him. They was already there. So you must have, somewhere here, somebody popped out a couple of verses on you. They cheated. You with me? Are you following? We just went from Matthew 24, verse 1 to Matthew 24, verse 2, and that matched. Now we jump all the way down to a new paragraph, apparently, in the Bible, and now we're at verse 3, and the disciples that were standing there talking to him are no longer there. And here they come. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately. On the Mount Olives, there's a group of them sitting with him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? What things? They forget to tell us what the things is? Don't say the temple, because the temple was a thing. That God temple was before. This is these things. So Jesus must have made some other prophecies here that they didn't tell us. They just... Well, why didn't they tell us? What's the stuff they stole here? What's the stuff they moved out here? Don't you want to know and deal with your soul? Well, ask Rev. Where is it, Rev? I want to know, Rev. What's these other things that Jesus was talking about? How come the disciples were with him privately and they didn't add that to their book? Because if there was other people there, we might have found out. But it tells you this is a private meeting. Why didn't they tell us the rest of the story? I'll tell you why. They'll pop up in here. Don't get mad at me now. Just tell me now what happened. Please, brother. Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? You had to add 3 things there. What is going to be the sign of your coming? So at this point, they know Jesus had to leave and come back, they was thinking. And the sign of the end of the world. So Jesus' return is not the end of the world. Jesus must first come, and then the world is going to end, according to this. That's why it says, see that you be not troubled in those days. Because the end is not yet. All is the beginning of the sorrows. What the Bible will say. That's not the end. So all you Christians think when Jesus comes at the end of the world, you're wrong. Jesus will be in the world, and the turmoil will be in the world with him. Before the end comes. That's what I come out way back earlier. When I said that's real, Jesus would be all over. Because your Bible says while Jesus is here, evil will still be there. Why? How can he come like a thief in the night? How he going to sneak up on you? You got to be in there. You can't sneak up and everybody see him. So what is it? And Jesus come like a thief in the night, all eyes will be open. Or these 2 different books and 2 different people making mistakes. One part of the Bible says all eyes are going to see him, right? Another one says he's coming like a thief in the night. How you going to be a thief in the night with all eyes see him? You know what it is? They don't have no respect for our intelligence. They just speak us anyway. That's not in the Hebrew text. It's not, that's what they give you in English. The slave master. You with me? You ain't mad at me yet, are you? All right. Now we go to verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed, careful, that no man deceive you. Everybody catch that? Yeah. What is that? He didn't say no devil. He said no man. Jesus knows the devil's a man. Jesus was not looking for no down the hot sauce bottle with a pitchfork. Jesus was not looking for no spiritual wicked apparition like in the Exorcist movie. Jesus was looking at the devil as a man and said, watch out that no man deceive you. Why? Before he said, well, you a man, could you be deceived? I could be. But there's something else that says. He said, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. I am not coming in Jesus' name, and I am not saying that he is Christ or I am Christ. But there are people out there that are preaching in his name and saying that he is Christ, and that they are Christ. How do you want to put the punctuation? It's because it meant either I am Christ, or that Jesus, as he's talking, is saying, I am Christ. No matter if it's touchy when you shift language in translation. You follow? Now, do you know any group? Christ. Christian. Christian. Christ. Yeah. Do we know of any group of people that's coming in Jesus' name? Christ. Christian. Christian. Christ. It ain't Muslims. It ain't Jews. Jesus is warning you against Christians. And Christians jump over that section in the Bible like they're stepping on hot water. They don't address that point. They just they say that means false prophet. He separates the two. Watch. Number 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We are no longer living in an age of rumors of wars. We're living in an age of those wars. So Jesus is somewhere. Like a thief in the night, he is somewhere already here. Not me. Say it again. No, not me. Not Yahweh ben Yahweh. Because anyone who says is going to tell you he is Christ, don't believe him. Anyone who says there is Christ, don't believe them. I'm going to get that in here. Yes.
How you know you're coming up on
How can you get here? Oh, you mean because of female gender? Oh, ain't that cute? I've been waiting for you for 25 years. You know that? I've been waiting for women to stand up here and talk about the woman being in there, because that's right. There is no gender. Jesus Christ could come back as a woman, could be a little girl. There is no promise that he'll be a man in here by gender, because they don't have it in the Greek like that. Isosus is not a masculine or feminine word in Greek. You are right. Right? And that would be the best way to sneak them in, wouldn't it? Women are in control. And some of us men, we don't mind. Only a certain kind of man is up against women being in control. I don't mind being a woman, because my mother fixed a better breakfast than my father had. That is depending on my father to fix my eggs. So if I have a choice of who I want to rule the country, I'd rather be the president's wife than the president. Because I know he don't know how to make up a bed. If he can't make up a bed, he can't solve the world problems. A woman is supposed to rule us. We want to be rulers. We don't know how to rule. You think make all the rules and say what's wrong with the world. We don't know what we're doing. We're stupid, we're clumsy, we're lazy, we waste time, we procrastinate, we're sneaky, we're shifty. We are not honest. We are not sincere. We don't play by the rules we create in the house. And those are things we didn't do in the olden days. Those are things we learned from somebody. You know, we want to shut up when I say shut up. We think it's masculine to have women under subjection. The average American wife said no. You'd be amazed. You said shut up. You said no. What do you do? What? What? No. What? no. I'm not shutting up. What you gonna do about it? I'll for goodness sake. You know what women do? Women have a fail-safe, you know. Beat it up. I know, and you don't mess. Let me tell y'all women something. We do not do what you do when you say that. We are as cold as Lord when you say, so then beat me up then. So what you do? That's gonna make you feel like a man to beat you up? Go ahead, beat me up. Then what? We're like, women will take you there. Let's say you already thought we're going to slap me. Go ahead. Be a man. Be a lady. You don't want to look at your face. Ain't that real? Yo, brothers, trust me. Let's transfer the power over to them. Let's do our part as a male part, and let's let them administer things. Let's let them take care. Let's let them control it for a while. Let's trust their intelligence. We'll find out our women are a heck of a lot smarter than we know. But she loves you so much. She loves you so much. She will let you make mistakes and walk behind you sitting up and you ain't know why. She will adjust the things in the house and you think you gotta be careful. Didn't I hope that trip up? Sure you did. Everything went fine. We had a wonderful time. She controls the whole affair, but she'll let you have it. Let's be the first group of men that put our women back in power. Let people wonder why we give our women so much respect. Every man here, start opening the door. You like that, huh? You better now. Keep going now. Go on, guys. I open the door for my wife. I get out of the car, run around, open the door. Because she gave birth to my children. You know what I'm saying? I get out anything. I feel good. And the minute you're like, you serving your woman? Yes. You know what I found out though? Because the way I treat her, I was a polygamist, I was a fool. I was a Muslim, all Muslims crazy. Now that I'm a monogamist, you know what I found out? When you respect them like that, they respect you. When you go to women, that's why you're looking over your shoulder for another man. That's why you men are always saying, why are you looking at him? How come you looking at your brother? How come the party's always talking about brother? How come your brother, you ain't looking for somebody who don't respect it? But you got a life to live too. Why don't we be the group? Let's call ourselves the group that respects women so that people notice it. I mean, let people say, hey, you guys are over polite to women. Get the place with women. Like you brothers ran here, grabbed these some men and said, make sure all the women see this first. I don't mind standing up. Let the women have it. You know what I'm saying? Let people say, hey. You know what I'm saying? Go to a restaurant. I'll go get yourself. Worry about it. Because in the house, you do the cooking, you do the cleaning. You in a restaurant, chill out, baby. I got it. Go on over there and get your food. You see what I mean? And stop fronting when you go to the movies. You know? Low-life men, take your wife to the movie, ask her what you want to see, knowing already what you're going to see. Know what you want to see, what you want to see, and you're going to be there. Then ask her, what all the time you want? She goes, yeah, I think that's what you done. Now, then you got all your tips. If you hear what you want to say, what do you think was that? And you go, that's what I want to see. That's for you. That's the stuff she does for us. Remember, whatever the man put me through, she had to suffer to survive with us. Because he was stripping our man so much, and he was drinking and cussing and feeling miserable. She had to tolerate, take every blow and digest it. And if she stands by you through that there man, love her to the day on time. I mean, it's crazy. But that's all we got left is our women. And our women are staring our children. We got to create a new kind of society that people notice we respect our women. You understand? Is that hard? All right now. So y'all women, make sure these brothers open these doors for y'all. Don't get out the car. Have them wondering. All you got to do is not get out the car. You know what I'm saying? Just sit there. You like, door go? Come out the door? Get all out the car. Stop there. And you took me to God. You the nigga broke here. Now, I heard this man say, I'm not getting out of the door. If you don't, next thing when he's there, I'm going to say, excuse me, Doc. He's going to go ahead. He made like he listened to you, and he don't. He's saying, please. All right, we'll be at 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. Are we not living in a time of famine? You know what that is? Famine? When the crops are not growing right. Is the flood right now killing the crops? What is pestilence? Killer bees, bacteria, viruses. All that happens. Nations are fighting nations. Kingdoms are fighting kingdoms. There's a difference. See, Saudi Arabia calls itself a kingdom. Remember, not a nation. Remember. You follow? Nations are fighting nations, and kingdoms are fighting kingdoms. We're in these days. We're not expecting no more. Look at better. 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. You mean it's going to get worse than this? 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Are Christians hated? No. 10. We just finished 9. About them delivering us up. Our own people are going to betray us. There might be people sitting here right now that they sent here to listen to me just so they can go back and make a report to the man about me. Oh, he's a troublemaker. He stirs people up. He gets back people angry. And they don't feel bad doing it. They know I haven't said one thing here against the government, but they will go back and add on and make the white man have your color in. Oh, he's a murderer, got the wall. Oh, he did the herb. Oh, he won't hurt. He's all white. He's a devil. And that man might be better than a big old military rally out there and throw chicken bones. By the time he takes this message back to the white man, I would have hated everybody. That's how it works. That's why the Bible, that's why Jesus warned us that there's going to be people that will live what's coming. Our own people are going to betray us. Just like his own people betrayed him. You understand what I'm saying? Moses was with his own people. The Egyptians was his own people. You check the history. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. They got me and Farrakhan against each other. You see that? They got Yahweh ben Yahweh and Ben Kala from Israel, 2 Nuwaubian, one from Chicago, and one hating each other. The Moorish Science Temple, the Bible says they got all of us, and all y'all keep saying, well, y'all get together. That's all y'all want to know. Why don't you and Farrakhan get together, Doc? The difference is I have offered it. That's right. Over and over again. I said I will sit down with you anywhere. I said you do not want to debate with me. I'm not boasting, I'm being real. Farrakhan, you do not want to debate with me. But we can sit down and talk on that which we agree on for our people, so we don't look like two rival groups against each other. Let us sit down and agree on things in which we are common about. The only thing I disagree with is Master Farah Muhammad. I'm not worshiping a white man with you. That's all. Everything else about the nation sounds beautiful to me, but I'm not taking another white god. You understand? Right. And I ain't passing you off as black or we sit down and solve our problems. They don't want to come in. I try to meet Siraj Wahhaji, the Sunni Muslims, scared me. Try to meet Yahweh ben Yahweh, scared me. I sat down with some of the Sunni Muslims, we sat at a table together. He said, Salaam alaikum, alaikum salam, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Saying, now what's this conversation going to be? Because of Arabiya with this. I said, first of all, it's Arabiya. I love the Quran Kareem. I want the language of Arabic, the language of the Quran. I'm not arguing with you in English. Let's argue you and you're Muslim and Arab, and let's argue this thing out in Arabic. You know what he said? No. No. Literally, no. So how can I argue with you about the Quran in English? If you're a Muslim and I'm a Muslim, we should be able to debate this thing in our language. No. I said, I can't talk to you then, because you're going to play word games for the congregation. Your congregation don't speak Arabic. And mine does, because I taught mine how to speak Arabic. So we get mad, we get a fight going, because every time I go to Blackboard, what that word means, you're going to get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? And so I couldn't do that. So I couldn't reach them that way. They don't want to meet me. You meeting me now? You talking to me? So I look like a simple person to get along with? I'm a very rational person. All you got to do is make sense. When you start getting silly, I say, silly, that's silly. Don't tell me when I die, my spirit is going to go back to the sun and bounce off the sun and come back here. Don't tell me that. I mean, if you're telling me that to tell the kids that's a story like Nancy, like the Ashanti tribe stories, Uncle about the Spider-Man, all right, I'll tell my kids a story like that. But I'm not going to tell my son and daughter that when we die, a ghost angel is coming to take our souls and take us to some place in heaven and sit us on a chair next to God. I am not teaching my children that ignorance. I teach it as children's stories, but I'm not teaching it as a fact. I'm sorry. That bothers you? Tough. I'm not messing my kids' head up with fiction. So that's why we can't get a good job. So we go to job hoping Jesus gets it for us instead of going there with the qualifications. The grandmother will tell you, take the Bible and pray before you get that job. But that's the kind of man I am. Because I'm a man of fact. I say, where's Jesus now? If I walk with somebody down the street and whatever, that in the cars all cracked up, you got a cross dangling around. So you could do this without this cross. You could crash the car without this cross up in here. And Muslims, and I've been in Egypt, and they be cracked up, and I'd be all inside the cars all cracked up, people all bleeding and stuff. I said, shoot. You could have took this stuff out there and put satanic symbols in there and had this happen to you. And that's what I'm calling a real person. And they don't want a real man. They don't want a person who wants to talk to them straight up. They want people to know them and pep them up and make them fall hope and humble them. That's what sit in a circle and think. Allah. Tell me that word. Allah. How do you do that? I'm that kind of person. I can't help it. I'm that kind of person. How long are we going to be using high things? Something will happen? I mean, if I keep high into the law and walk in, no, I'm going to see everything going on. Hours now. I said, listen, I'm going to go back. Because just when it comes down to go to the bathroom, God don't make no exceptions. Every Sufi, the Pope can be up there giving the service. He can be up there, I know Dominic, he goes, I know Dominic knows holy stuff. When the bathroom calls whether God is there or not. Those are realities. And when you have a religion that says, while you're praying like a Muslim, if you have an excrete flatus, which is a fart for those who don't know, or any of those other things, you broke your prayer, and if God don't know, He knows. He gave us our respiratory and digestive systems. Yet I can't see it as fact that God is in total control and understands everything about me. Don't tell me when a woman is ministrating she's unclean, and you're telling me this is a process for cleaning yourself? It don't make sense. Women got to pray in the back. I'm with you now. Alright? In the Muslim world, women pray in the back, men pray in the front. In the Muslim world, it's all right if a woman don't come to Salatul Jummah, the Friday, which is like the Sabbath there, the holy day. And she don't have to come. That's what I say. Why? Women got to walk around in veils because God said so. Yet God gave them their nose, their mouth, their lips, and their eyes. God gave them their beauty. And then God tells them to cover the beauty up. What He made me take them out in the state. Now we can ask Muslims, and I was able to write all kinds of stories of why He did it well, because Abraham went into Egypt and everybody wanted Sarah. You know what I'm saying? And they would see Sarah, so they said, cover up so every man in Egypt don't want Sarah. Okay? So what about the ugly Muslim women? Nobody. I applaud you and say, and all the pretty women cover yourself, and all the ugly women you don't have to cover yourself. And then who decides who's pretty and who's ugly? Right? Yeah, okay. How you do it? If your nose is more than 5 inches, if your lips drag on the ground, if one of your eyes don't work, and when you cry, the tears go down your back. And more than likely, you ugly. Put that up. Who's going to make that decision? How can this book be from God and make such unnatural decisions? That's the reality that struck me as a Muslim. I tried to, as being born a Muslim, I tried to hide it in my belief system. You know, I wanted to believe it because, you know, it's pretty. I mean, it's beautiful in here, the Quran. You ever heard the Quran? قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Beautiful stuff. But so is Luther's angels. And he ain't thinking about God. He's thinking about something that's happening right now. Love. He's thinking about what we need more than praising God. We got to identify with loving each other first. So if we don't love each other, we can't possibly love God. So we got to direct our attention away from humanity and its spirits and spooks and goblins. Well, these same people hate each other on earth. The same thing. Muslims hate Christians. Christians hate Jews. If you don't think so, you just turn on the news any night and watch it over in Palestine, killing each other up because they have different religious beliefs. Religion teaches people to hate each other. They give you a sense of self-righteousness. I'm all right and you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying I'm in right knowledge because I investigate to find out what's right. And many false angels, and 11, you should be there, because then many shall be betrayed over here, right? Offended and betrayed. 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive them. We got all kind of people. The telephone lines are full of psychics. And they're going to tell you about your future and your past. I have a test for psychics. You know what that test is? If you were really my psychic, I wouldn't have to call you. You would know my number. Before you ask them about some stuff they can fabricate, ask them what ring your finger's on. Switch fingers. You say, I'm talking to you because you're spiritually in tune with me. All I want to know is what ring my finger's on.
What ring?
Exactly. How many children do I have? I'm about legitimate and the word psychic breaks down to lie and woman. Psych means to lie and chick. It's figurative of a female. This is what the Bible told us we want to watch out for in the latter day. They tell you can get 3 times, and they can hold you on the line for 5 minutes. Then from then on, you got to pay. But it costs us 3 times as much after the 5 minutes as it would on a normal call. You did not get 3 times. So they lied to you right up front. And what they going to tell you? Well, your life is going to get better. Here's one that's real good. There's an elder person in your family who's a little ill. You go, true. Who don't have somebody old in their family? They say, now, that man, if you wait for your eyes to give him that cue, that man is that, I don't have a man. That's right. That man is going to be in your life. I have a man. That man is in your life. You and him are having some hard times right now. Hard times can mean your relationship, the money ain't paid. It's a selection of words. The Lord, you say, that's a hard time. Okay, wow, we got a lot of, because that's money. I need money in there. There's nothing wrong with money. Who don't got money for? It's lies. This is the book is telling you to watch out for. People with false prophecies. Now, they can call me a false prophet if you want to, because I don't claim to be a prophet. I'm not a prophet, but everything I tell you is going to come to pass, comes to pass, because I follow the word. And I let it in my word. I quote something and show you where it's at in the scripture and bring it in the Bible. I go with all the scriptures, not just this little book. You know what I'm saying? And when I say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But call me a false prophet if you want. I don't care. Because I'm telling you, I told you on New Year's night that this is a year of death. Has it been a year? We haven't got out of 3 months. And death, people are killing children, burning up, buildings blown up, bombs falling out the windows. I'm saying, I told y'all last year it's going to be the worst journey you have in 50 years. Is it not true? I'm afraid to tell you that. Sometimes the visions frighten me because you don't just see them, you live them. You got to walk, they take you through them. And it's frightening sometimes. You have to come back and you can't tell people that. People panic. But the good news too is this. I'll tell you about that in one of these. Okay, 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall be waxed cold. Iniquity means evilness. Because evilness is going to be so big, people's hearts are going to be waxed cold. So when you come to them the truth, they're going to say, I didn't hear so much, everything sounds good. Their hearts are covered now. By the time we come on the scene now with truth, nobody will believe us. And everything we say makes sense. They can check it out, look it up, they still don't believe it. Because the devil has managed to get there before we did and tell our people so many lies, they don't know who to trust no more. And I'm the guy that comes around and says, what? Don't trust none of us. Any preacher or teacher that stands away, don't trust his question. But if you bona fide, you'll be able to stand question. If he's a phony, you won't be able to. Ask your brother, can you read Greek words? No, why not, bro? If you was appointed to read, I thought you can't read, man. What are you doing right there that I can't do myself? You know what they'll do? Call you a blasphemer and throw you out the church. Well, he's worried about his Cadillac. That's all he's thinking about. That congregation, the power. Well, now, take the truth to the congregation, and they'll still take care of you. But they'll take care of you not because you are deceiving them, they'll take care of you because you're doing right by them. And I told them before, I've never asked them to take care of me. If you put an article out, support the land at the time, I said, that stuff out of paper. I didn't get it yet, what you trying to do? They said when I was dead, support the land at the time, they put it in all the books. Some still alive, I'm still kicking. The time is give you the person I'm laying in the bed going, and wait for the thing to go, I'm still running around like a crazy man. Let me go ahead.
Glad you are too.
Thank you. 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Those who don't give it up, who struggle to go through that faith, whether you a Christian, Jew, but you kept your faith and you last to the end, you'll be saved. And I don't mean saved. I mean if I say a Christian, if you say a sincere Christian, you can't be held responsible if you're a Christian and you're a Christian in your heart, you really believe it. That Reverend is lying is the one that's responsible. He's the synagogue of Satan. He's a false preacher of Revelation that will be cast in the lake of fire with the devil. Not you. Don't be worried about those relatives that stay in the Christian church and you say, my grandmother's a beautiful person, she never heard anybody, she's going to help us, you don't believe the way I did. That's not true. All these religions are number man-made philosophies and calculations. If her heart is good and she's sincere, leave her alone. Go on her church making her uncomfortable with right knowledge. She don't need it if she's a good person, a good heart. Don't make no religion, don't make no what religion is this.
So can you ask a question about here and not here?
If you're a Muslim and you believe that. If you're a Muslim and you believe that, but see what they say, as a man thinking in his heart, they had to teach you about hell to make you want or want not to go there. If you did not know about hell, your soul couldn't take you there. Everything that happens to you, you make happen. When you get a cold, when you get tired of the cold, with all the medicine and pills, you say, I'm getting tired of the cold, I got to get to work, that cold gets out of you. That's why Jesus said he was healed by the hem of his garment. He didn't heal her, she did it herself. He was telling you the power of all the power of God is where? I breathed into you the breath of sin, you became one. God is in you, you got the power to do anything. Where? You have more? Okay. Oh, you go.
If you really wanted to be judging my ancestors, what's the criteria?
You're going to be judging yourself. Because no one knows what you do better than you. You will not be judged for your sins. You will be judged by your sins. Your ancestors are you, because now it's coming. Here's what I mean by that. Remember back when you was a kid into your room. How fast it takes you to get back there. And it became now, the moment you reach there, now. Only you retain the innocence. We all are now sharing the innocence. You follow that? So now exists futuristic and past right now. So we are our ancestors. You are your ancestors. How otherwise you couldn't be here. You are your gene. And the gene pool, it goes back from ancestors. We are a subtotal of all the chemistry of our ancestors. We will be judged as a species, not as an individual. All of us, we make up ancestors. All of us are responsible for each other. Yes, you are your brother's keeper. Remember that question before? Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you were your brother's keeper. You are responsible for your brothers and sisters to help them. And not merely your brothers and sisters, by that I don't mean black. I mean your brothers and sisters, I mean humanity. You are responsible for everybody. Black, white, enemy, hate, anybody who hates you still are responsible for all humanity. Because if you get as malicious and as mean as they are, then you become the devil.